Hello Twin Flames and welcome to your daily Twin Flame reading for Friday. My name's Liz and this is Guided by Angels. And I'm going to bring in some powerful decks today to bring in a message around the feminine, the masculine, the journey. And what we're going to start with today is this message that came through in the beautiful daily angel reading today. That God is in charge. And this means that there's a plan to this journey. There's a plan to your life. There's a plan for your union. There's a reason everything is happening the way that they do for growth, learning and healing purposes. So trust in God because God is in charge. And whether you believe in God or the higher power or the universe or Father Sky or Mother Gaia, whomever you connect with, there is a plan. There is something much bigger than you and me and your twin and everyone living a human life, controlling things. And yes, we have a choice because we have free will. So we have a choice how we go about things and the time things take sometimes because it depends on how we learn and grow. But ultimately, we end up exactly where we're meant to be. At the exact time we're meant to get there because our journey is actually in divine timing. So in other words, you can't miss out on what's meant for you. You will get there because all paths lead home. And I feel this message today is coming through from God saying, don't worry about things because there's a great plan for your life. And what I want to do first of all, before I bring in any other cards, is see what that plan is. So I want to use my brand new deck, the Twin Flames in Union Oracle, to give you an indicator of what your union is going to entail and what it's going to be like. So what does God have in store for you? So I'm going to shuffle this deck to begin with. And if you would like a personal reading with me, I am available right now. You can email me at guidedbyangelsxo@gmail.com. So thank you, angels. Thank you, God. Thank you, higher power. What is in store for your union? Okay, so I'm taking out any cards I'm guided to. So this is like a little pre-message before I start the actual reading because I really feel that so many of you need this power right now to believe and have faith in your love. You know, to trust in the union and understand what's ahead. And this gives you a little insight into what's coming. So first of all, we can say this prayer together. Dear God, please help me to let go of this situation, giving it in faith and trust to you, to your divine wisdom and your infinite love, in order to resolve and heal everything and everyone involved. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and so it is. Amen. That's really what we say when we say amen. We say thank you and so it is. So this is remembering that when we surrender, when we let go of struggles, when we ask for help, the universe can step in. The angels can come in because obviously if we don't ask for help, we have to do it ourselves. We have to struggle because the universe brings that plan in. God gives us free will, so nothing can go against that. So in other words, when you ask for help, your angels, boom, they're there. But if you aren't asking for help or you aren't allowing them in, it's like the angels are waiting at, you know, they're waiting for the starting gun to go off in a race. And once that goes off, they're through that line, you know, they're able to move over and step across the line to help you. But they're not going to step across the line if you don't give them permission because God is in charge. So remember, there's always a plan. Always ask for help. That's why people struggle sometimes because they think they're doing it all by themselves. That's why it's so important that we allow our angels in to help us, to guide us, to know we're not alone. So for your union, this is what's ahead. You will love everything about your life together. You will. And it starts today by loving the life you're living today, even if you're apart from your twin, even if you're in separation, even if things aren't what you want, you know, even if things aren't going to your plan. Be grateful for everything you have right now. Be grateful for the life you are living today and love everything about it because that extends to your union. So when you're in union, God is saying to you, you'll love everything about your life and you'll love everything about your life together. And you'll be proud to call each other mine. You'll be proud of them. Be proud of them today. Be proud of everything they've been through in their life, everything you've been through in your life. Be proud today to be able to call them yours tomorrow. And I love how we don't really argue, and when we do, it's forgotten within seconds. So you're going to have that type of relationship in union where you don't really argue. You really don't. And when you do, when something comes in that may challenge or trigger you from outside, because, you don't really get triggered or challenged by each other apart from over silly things, like, waiting for them to do the dishes or put the rubbish out or these things. We get triggered and challenged by other things that come up, which could be connected with family, it could be connected with finances, work, our physical body, all these other things. But when you're in union, if you do argue, or you do come to blows about something, or you do clash over something, it literally lasts for seconds. And it's so true. It's so true. Me and George are in union. This is exactly how it is. We don't argue. We don't fall out. And if we do, we're not perfect, obviously. But if we do fall out over silly things, and they're always silly things, it's forgotten within seconds. Within seconds, we're kissing and making up. We are loving each other. We're telling each other we love each other. And that's how it is in union. And this is what's coming for you. So think about all the times you may have been in a relationship before where you've had long arguments and they've been drawn out, and you may not have spoken for days. It's not going to be that way. And, even if you've had moments where you fell out with your twin and you've gone your separate ways and you've had those, times of separation, it's not going to be that way again when you're in permanent union. And God is saying to you, we go through all the challenges and struggles before union to get into this energy where you don't really argue. And when you do, it's forgotten within seconds. And you're going to love talking to each other. You're going to love those deep conversations, but also being very playful, having fun, talking about the smallest things and the deepest things. I love talking to you. So you're not going to be pushed away. Right now, the masculines love talking to you, divine feminine, but they may not be able to find the right words, or they may not be able to talk to you because of their karmic situation or because of their own fears. So when you're in union, you make up for that because you're going to love talking to each other. And I love that you don't try to change me. So in union, you don't need to change or be like anyone else or do anything differently because you are perfect for each other as you are. And your twin will say that to you. I love that you don't try to change me. I love that you allow me to be my real authentic self. I love that about you. And you'll love that in the connection that you can just be you. And if you change together. You grow together. Things happen and you grow together. For example, in my journey, when George met me, I wasn't wearing wigs. But obviously I've gone through perimenopause. That's another big change of life. I'm going through my change of life. There is an age gap between us. There's 19 years age difference. And I'm 47. So I'm going through perimenopause. So obviously I've been going through my own changes and my own change of life. But George has stood by me and supported me every step of the way. And it hasn't pushed us apart. It's brought us closer together. So don't ever worry about an age gap or how something you're going to go through when you're together may affect your twin. Because it's not going to push them away. It's going to draw them closer to you. I love that you get me. And you get each other now, you really do. But again, things, circumstances, situations could be in the way. But in union, you just love how you get each other. You know what you want without asking for it. You feel each other. You have that telepathic link and that powerful bond. And you're going to be thoughtful towards each other. And this is so true. How thoughtful you both are. And obviously before union, we are very thoughtful and very lovable and romantic and loving. But we may not be able to show it the same way. So when you are in union, you're going to notice the little things and be grateful for them because they are the big things in the relationship. The way that your twin may make you a cup of tea when you want one, or give you, a helping hand when you want one, or, the things that I love is kind of like when I come home, how George is there to greet me at the door, or, just little, kind of quirky things he does as well. But he's going to be very thoughtful, in a romantic way, a playful way, but also in a loving way, in a friendship way too, where he puts you first and thinks about you. I love that we know when to give each other space, and this is the truth. In union, you just know when each other needs a little bit of space, because we're not designed to live in each other's pockets. We're designed to have time to think, to process, to learn, to grow, to connect with angels, to connect with our guides, to have alone time, to work out who we are. And in union, you know, whether you're living together, whether you're married, you're going to be able to give each other that space without fear, without doubt, without struggle, without worrying there's something wrong. And it shows you as well how far you've come. You know, that's the most beautiful thing about my union. When George goes anywhere, say if he goes to see his family, you know, and he goes there for a few days, or he spends time with his friends, or, you know, anything he's doing. And he hasn't really done that this year. You know, we've been more kind of together this year, doing things more together than, you know, with other people separately. But, you know, it's powerful because when he goes anywhere, or when I go anywhere, say if I think, right, I need to go and just have some time by myself. You know, I love to go to a coffee shop and have a hot chocolate and sit there and think, and I love to do that. Or, you know, if I want to go to the cinema on my own, or I want to do something by myself, you know, he lets me do that. There's no jealousy there, or worry, or stress, or fear. And it shows me as well on my journey. It will show you on your journey how far you've come, because you won't get triggered. You won't even need to communicate, because you're communicating through telepathy. You may send a good morning or a good night message, or you may check in with each other. But there's not that fear and that desperation for their attention and energy, which we have before union, which we have to learn to release and let go of as we move into union. And that may be what you're working on right now, because you're craving their energy. And the best way to move out of craving their energy is to give yourself all the things you crave from them, to love yourself more, to trust yourself more, to be with yourself more, to go out and do things by yourself more, to become your own best friend. That's how you move into and evolve into a higher energy, to move into union. So when you are in union, you'll love that you know when to give each other space. You don't have to ask for these things. You know, me and George are great. You know, we'll spend a night together or a few nights together. And then we'll have a night where I watch my show, Riverdale, I'm watching right now, or he plays his game, or whatever we do. Because we know we need space too, because I need space to think and process and plan and work out what I'm doing with me and my career and things I'm doing. And he needs that space too sometimes. And that's okay. It's very healthy to have space. You always know how to make me smile. And that's so true. You know, you'll make each other smile so much in union, because you know how to do that, the little things that just light you up inside. And that's another reason why when you argue, it's forgotten within seconds, because you just can't help but smile or laugh about the situation, because you're in more playful energy. And I love that you accept me for who I am. And this is such a powerful card, because in union, you feel accepted. You feel known. You felt heard. You feel, you know, that you matter. And before union, we have to work through that with ourselves, because if we're not feeling heard or accepted or like we matter, that's because we need to accept ourselves. We need to love ourselves more. We need to show ourselves more that we matter. So in union, you feel that way because, again, it's an extension of you, because everything that's going on within you is a part of you. That's why our masculine is not responsible for our happiness. That's why nobody outside of ourselves is responsible for our happiness, because we are. We are the one that's responsible for our happiness and our light and our truth. And when we're operating in that energy, everything else is an extension of our happiness. Our masculine really does enhance that power within us. And you bring out the best part of me. So when you're together, you know you can be the best part of you, because you are operating in your best self, because you're not being triggered by things from the past. You're not being jealous or envious of others. You're not being angry or frustrated, because you feel free. So what's coming in with the love is freedom. And I feel this message is a big indicator today that you are close to your union, and the best is yet to come. So trust the journey and understand and have faith in it, because God is in charge. So recognize today that whatever you are going through is growing you. Whatever is challenging you is preparing you for the most magical time together you can imagine. Your union is going to be magical. And it really is an extension of what you have now when you're operating with love, not fear. So let's bring in the cards today and see what's going on. So we're going to bring in today the Twin Flame Journey Tarot. We're also going to bring in the Lover Oracle. I'm also going to bring in the Twin Flame Tarot Made Easy. And we're going to bring in the Twin Flame Message Tarot. So we're going to use all these cards to see what the energy is. So thank you, angels. What's the energy today around the Divine Feminines? What's the energy around the Divine Feminine? And I feel even that, 15-minute message that we've just checked in with God really is helping you to feel more at peace today, to feel more alive, to trust in the love. So some fear may have already been released from you just by knowing that God is in charge and your union will be more beautiful than you can even imagine. So what's the energy around the masculines today? The energy around the masculines today, thank you, angels. And the energy around the connection today. Wow. Jumping straight out here. So what's the energy around the Divine Feminines today? I love it when you can see me shuffling in the camera there. Every day I'm shuffling. So what's the energy around the Divine Feminines? The energy around the Divine Feminines today. I'm waiting for a clear card. There it is. Jumped out and there's one sticking out at the back there. The energy around the Divine Masculines today. What are the masculines dealing with today? What do we need to be aware of? Jumping straight out. And some cards sticking out. So there may be a few things going on with the masculines today. The energy around the journey itself. What do we need to be aware of today? A few cards jumping out here as well. And we're going to use the Lover Oracle. What's the energy around the Divine Feminines today? The energy around the Divine Feminine, there it is. The energy around the Divine Masculines today. Wow, making themselves known today, these cards are. Thank you, angels. And the energy around the connection, the journey. What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Thank you, angels. And the energy with the Twin Flame Message Tarot around the Divine Feminines. Jump straight out of the deck. Amazing. Jump straight out of the deck. The energy around the Divine Masculines today. Wow. These cards are on fire. These cards are on fire. I'm taking them. So a lot of cards coming out today for a reason. Cards on the floor as well here. I'm taking them. Okay, I know there's a lot of cards coming out, but I feel these cards are going to tell a story. And the energy around the connection today, jumping straight out one card. So, no, two cards on the floor. So, first of all, let's start with the journey, because the message really clearly coming through today for you is whatever's going on, remember that God is in charge and there's no need to fear. So, the energy today is the masculines are focused. Okay, they are showing you that they are focused on this journey. They're focused on the reason they've come to earth and what they're here to do, because there will be eventual positive outcome. And again, that's exactly true with God is in charge. So understand that whatever your masculine is going through right now, whatever situation they are in, whether it triggers you or it doesn't, there will be an eventual positive outcome, because they are learning through that situation what they need to learn. And they are focused on moving forward. So don't be defensive, Divine Feminine. Don't be defensive because they may be with a karmic partner. Because remember, whatever they are going through, that's a spiritual assignment. Thank you, angels. That's what the word they give me, a spiritual assignment. So if they are married right now, it's a spiritual assignment that's growing them and you, so that you can come together the right way at the right time for the right reasons. So the spiritual advisement today is to remember that God is in charge and there is always a plan. And that's like a little pinky promise between you and your twin. And you have the power to make things happen. So you have all the tools and all the resources and all the information you need to make this happen. And we gain those manifestation tools and those resources and that wisdom through the heartache, through the separation, through the pain, through the things we go through that challenge us. We find our way. So remember, we gain spiritual insight and wisdom through the things we go through. So if you're thinking, why do I feel so lost? It's because you may not be seeing it in a higher way. So observe. Observe the journey. Observe and realise that God is in charge and all is well. And your masculine feels lost today because they're wondering if you can ever forgive them for the mess they've made. So they understand they've made a mess of things. And as a feminine, you're being guided to rise above and have compassion and see the situation from a fresh point of view. because that mask is coming off and things are not always what they seem. So don't pay attention to the 3D world or the mask that they wear, because things are not always what they seem. In spiritual truth right now, they are at a crossroads working things out. So the energy around the divine feminines today, if there is any delays, and the Hanged Man is about delays, remember, it's an opportunity to see things in a different way, because delays bring in choices and decisions and power. And you may feel right now, divine feminine, like you're on a balancing act. You know, you're trying so hard to stay afloat, to walk that wire, because you're waiting for something to happen or you're wanting something to come. But you know in your heart that there's a message of love. There's a message of love coming to you. Your masculine wants to reach out to you. Your masculine wants to do this in a more powerful way, to show you the love is real, because you know that you deserve better. And that's a message of love for you, that you deserve better than what you are currently receiving. But remember, things are not always what they seem. So if you feel like you deserve better, give better to yourself. Don't look to your twin to satisfy you or complete you, or don't blame them thinking they need to do this, they need to do that to win my love or to be deserving of my love. Instead, give yourself the things that you deserve, because you deserve better from yourself as well as from anyone else. So follow your heart to choose your next steps and love everyone equally, for we are all one. So don't judge their journey or the way things happen, because there is always a plan. Because remember, God is in charge. There is always a plan. So divine feminine, remember that everything is happening the way it's meant to. Have faith in divine timing, because you were meant for each other. You were meant for each other in this lifetime. So leave drama behind today and feel at peace knowing that God is in charge. Very powerful. So for the masculines, this is part of their spiritual path. And we've got the 5 energy coming through with the Hierophant here. Spiritual assignments to move them forward to where they're meant to be. So 5 is, look at this, 5 is bringing in powerful change. Conflict. Conflict happens in their life. So they remember their truth. That they are, look at this for powerful. That they are the emperor, the divine masculine, and you are the divine feminine, the empress. So they realise through all the conflict and struggle who they actually are. And then they're able to turn their back on what they don't want and turn their head towards what they do want, which is you, the divine feminine. And also that they are becoming more stable in their thinking, their vision, their truth, because they want to build something new. And this is also a big sign about the future, that some of you will be, you'll create a life with your twin. A baby. And obviously you're going to create a life with your twin, but some of you are going to create this new life, a baby, a child, stability. So what I'm really connecting with today is the number 12, because 12 is a symbol of power and stability, getting to the root of things. And whatever you're doing right now, it's a wise investment. It's a wise investment. So the masculines understand that you are the wise investment, that it's wise for them to invest in this connection. And they are receiving light bulb moments right now about what to do. And I also feel that they are working on their investments. So they may be also working on finances, career, things they are doing in their physical world. And they don't want to play mind games anymore. They want to take back control. They want to be in control, because they want your nurturing light. They know who you are. They know who you are. And what they're saying to you is, my life is a bit of a mess right now. It's a struggle. And this is a time of reflection and healing for them. A time when they are growing and understanding things, standing up for what they believe in, and always being true to themselves. And they need to choose wisely to make a decision to unlock that mind, to move away from the prison they're in. You hold the key to your own freedom. So they are realising that they are free. So masculines, if you're watching this, you know that your mind can be a prison. And you hold the key to your freedom by making the decision to make a change today. And you also know that separation is illusion. So you're learning to see past the pain and focus on the growth. You're reminding your feminine today that you're teaching them to surrender and release control. And you know you're standing up for what you believe in because you are a warrior. So don't give up on your dreams. You're becoming the person you're meant to be, becoming the emperor, starting a new chapter in your life, wanting to sit down and open up to your feminine and to bring balance and love and light into the connection. And you can balance your energy today through grounding, through breath work, through taking time to write things out and work things out. Because decisions are taking place for the masculine so they can go forward towards what they want. And I love this because this is showing you that they're moving forward. They're moving forward in a transition period. And it was really powerful because before recording this reading today, I've already recorded the Divine Masculine, the DM to DF reading for later. And this card really resonates. So you're going to enjoy the DM to DF reading later because it's showing you the masculines are moving out of this struggle energy. The transition period is taking place. They're becoming stronger so they can rise up like a phoenix from the ashes because they were born to shine. So I'm definitely feeling this year is so powerful and pivotal for masculine's growth. You have a loyal heart, Divine Masculine, you want to share that with your feminine. And feminines, if you're seeing this symbol today, if people are doing this or you're seeing this, this is a huge sign of their loyal heart, that they are sending love to you. And they are also releasing anything weighing them down. So we've got the 10-10 energy, which is about the powerful, struggles they are overcoming. They are becoming more powerful so they can release what's weighing them down and rise up like a phoenix. 12-12 is a symbol of stability and power and what's being created with God to bring in the union at the right time, in the right way, in the way we've talked about earlier. And the 5-5-5 is the energy of change. And, what I'm also feeling is, when the masculines are saying, I can't promise you anything, it's because they're in fear of messing things up. Okay, so understand what this means. Okay, they are promising you everything. And so is God. God's saying you will get where you're meant to be. This union is taking place. But if they're saying to you, I can't promise you anything, it's because they're uncertain of how they're going to move forward, or they don't want to fail you or let you down, or they're not believing in themselves yet. And this is what they're working on today. And I'm really getting, look at this card, okay? They are really feeling this Kundalini rising. This is what they want, okay? They want to be intimate with you. And even when they're being intimate with you, they feel that they can't promise you anything in the 3D world in this moment because they're trying to find a way out and a way forward. So don't get triggered by I can't promise you anything. The whole reason we come to Earth is to experience uncertainty, to find faith, to believe in ourselves, to trust in God, to trust in the universe to create the way. So understand that, yes, this journey may not be promised, but it is actually manifesting the right way. And I feel that they give me as well like a vertigo feeling or a feeling of dizziness because you're realising that when you surrender, you're okay with what happens. It's okay, you trust the journey. You don't need your masculine to promise you anything because God is already promising you everything. And that matters more than anything else. So remember, if the masculine is saying, I can't promise you anything, things are not always what they seem. They're wearing a mask. They're thinking, how could you ever forgive the mess I've made? How could you ever, be with me after all I've done? And once they know that you do forgive them, and they work through their own forgiveness and fears, then that's when they promise you the world because God is in charge, and that's what you need to know. I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.